Oh hi. Odense, the third largest city of Denmark, the main town of the island of Fyn. The city is located near the fjord of Odense and stands on the river of Odense. The railway station on the Copenhagen-Jutland line. The channel. Depth of 7.5 m. Dug in 1796-1806 connects the city to the fjord. Now Odense remains shopping centre of Fyn and has the noticeable shopping area with a set of shops. In the city several large enterprises, including Albany Brewery and Goss, are located. This is the largest dealer of Denmark in the field of vegetables, fruit and flowers. In the city are the Odense Palace erected by the King Frederick IV, who died there in 1730, Theatre of Odense, Symphonic Orchestra Odense, and Hans Christian Andersen's museum located in the house where the writer was born. Transport connection with Odense much more improved when ferry traffic between two main Danish islands, Zealand and Fyn, was replaced with the bridge through the Great Belt. It is open in 1997 for railway traffic and in 1998 for car traffic. The bridge, the third longest suspension bridge in the world, and the longest in Europe. Construction of the bridge considerably reduced time and way between Odense and the capital of Denmark, Copenhagen. Time and way now -1 hour 15 min. In the city the largest shipyard of Odense Steel Shipyard is located. Odense. It is translated as Odense Sanctuary. One of the oldest Danish cities which celebrated the millennium in 1988. Street. Knudstomb. Also known as Street. Kanet. In the Middle Ages served as the place of a Massachusetts pilgrimage. The earliest community was concentrated on higher soil between the river of Odense in the south and the Lake Nesbjergkovsøy, which is nowadays drained, in the north. Nambakken, one of the former fortresses of Vikings in Denmark, lay to the south from the river. Today in the Museum Mjøntergårdene in Odense there are a lot of artifacts connected with early history of Vikings near Odense. Vikings constructed numerous strengthenings along coast of the rivers to protect him from the aggressors coming from the coast. The city noted the millennium in 1988, noting the first mention of the name of the city in the letter of March 18,988 from the German Emperor Otto III, who granted the rights of Odense into the neighboring settlements. The Saint Church of Maria, constructed at the end of the 12th century, was the first church in Odense. The territory, which was earlier a part of the Archbishopric of Hamburg, was created by the Catholic diocese in 988. Odense and Regenbut, who was consecrated by the Archbishop Canterbury in 1022, were the first written down bishops of Odense. Recent excavation showed that since the beginning of the 11th century the city developed around Albany Torv, Fisketorvet, Overgade and Vestergade. By 1070 Odense was already considered as the large city. Canute IV was considered as the last king of Vikings. He was killed by the peasants dissatisfied with high taxes which he imposed on the city in street. Alban Odense's monastery on July 10, 1086. Canute IV was canonized in 1100. The monastery doesn't exist anymore, though the church is on this site since 900. At the beginning of the 12th century, monks Benedictines from England founded St. Cannet's Abbey. Exactly, there is the English monk. Ulnaf wrote the first literary work of Denmark, Life and St. Cannet's Passion. Cannet's sanctuary in Odense's cathedral, which was attached to the monastery, attracted pilgrims in the Middle Ages. In 1482, the Bishop Karl Ranov brought the German Prince Johann Snell to Odense to publish the short prayer book, Breviarium Ottoniense, which is considered the first work which was printed in Scandinavia. In parallel, Snell published the story about the Turkish siege of Rhodes Island. After the Danish Reformation connected with suppression of Catholic episcopacy in 1536, the city steadily prospered from 1530 years to the middle of the 17th century, having become shopping center of northern Fyn. Among the main sources of income there were a sale of cattle and also granting considerable means for construction of small wooden houses for local dealers. The local nobility also participated in development of the city, building premises where they spent winter months. But the situation sharply worsened at the end of the 1650th years, when after the end of the Swedish wars heavy taxes were imposed. The period of stagnation proceeded until the end of the 18th century. The theatre, founded in 1796, is the first provincial theatre in Denmark and the second the oldest in the country. The Central Library of Odense was founded in 1924 and postponed for the new place near the railway station in 1995. The Musical Library of Odense contains the collection of soundtracks, largest in Denmark. In the 16th century, the city served as the place for a meeting of several parliaments. Until 1805 there was an office of Provincial Assembly of Fyn here. The most known site of Odense, Odenstarnet. Odense Tower. Constructed in 1935, was the second highest tower in Europe after the Eiffel Tower. The group of the Danish Nazis blew up her in 1944, then the tower anew wasn't built. On her place the tiny model is only created. The world-famous writer Hans Christian Andersen was born on April 2, 1805 in Odense. In the Middle Ages in the city the set of churches and monasteries was constructed. St. Cannet's Church, nowadays cathedral, treats the end of the 13th century and is closely connected with a Benedictine ward. Other old churches of the city, St. Maria and St. Iron with the adjacent monastery. Odense is located in the northeast center of the island of Fyn. Odense is in 45 kilometers, 28 miles. To the north from Svendborg in 144 kilometers, 89 miles. To the south from Aarhus in 167 kilometers, 104 miles. To the southwest from Copenhagen in 136 kilometers, 85 miles. To the east from Esbjerg in 69 km, 43 miles. To the southeast from Koldinge. Suburbs of Odense. Stege in the north, Sedan, Bullerup and Etrup in the northeast, Blommenslist in the west, Belling on the southwest and Niederholf and Højby in the south. The river of Odense flows through Odense, to the south from the main trade quarter. To the north from the city there is Odense Fjord, and in the northeast on 165th road to Kertemine there is Kertemine Fjord. Access to the fjord is provided through narrow pass gabbets, between the Tak and Skoven, and is connected by the channel with the port of Odense. Odense has the temperate oceanic climate classified as a zone Kyapan CBF. The soft summer is characterized by the average maximum temperatures exceeding 20 C, and winters are characterized by the minimum temperatures decreasing slightly below zero. The hottest months on average, July and August, with the maximum temperature of 21 C and with the average daily temperature of 17 C. These are also the most damp months, and in August 18, and in July -60 form of a rain dropout on average. Extratropical cyclones often influence the region that promotes plentiful rainfall. The coldest months, January and February, with the daytime average temperature of 0 C in Manima, 2 C and 3 C respectively. Winds from the west and the northeast can raise water level on 1.8 m, 5 feet 11 inches. And winds from the east and the southwest can lower it to 1.5 meters, 4 feet 11 inches. Data on climate for the city are registered at Hans Christian Andersen's Airport. Economy. Odense, the most important industrial and shopping center of fine and central location of the city in Denmark, does it by one of the National Congress centers. The enterprises include Albani Brewery, Abibib, SCA Bramboveri, Kansas Workwear, Clothes, Plus Pack, Canning Bank and Containers, and also productions in the sector of electronics. In recent years, the tendency to production in the service sector is observed. By 2002, 51% of labor were engaged in the service sector, but only 13% worked in the industry. The founded in 1988, main commercial television channel TV2 of Denmark is in Odense. The shopping center Rosengårdscentret is located in the southeast part of Odense. The center was opened in 1971 and is the second largest in Denmark. The area of square m. In it there are more than 150 shops and also restaurants, movie theater and a fitness center. It is possible to find the most various shops in the downtown, especially on Kongens Vestergade and adjacent streets. Tourism is an important source of income for the city. In 2008, the municipality of Odense was the 7th in Denmark on a tourist turn, having reached 1.6 million Danish kroner in a year. In 2011, the Zoo Odense was the most popular tourist attraction of fine and the 11th most popular in Denmark with visitors. The zoo was founded in 1930, occupies the space of 3.6 hectares, 8.9 hectares, and has about 2,000 animals covering 147 types. The tram line, 26 stops, 14 km, is under construction, opening at the end of 2021. Earlier the tram worked from 1911 to 1952 when it was closed. One car in the museum remained. Education. The University of Odense, created in 1964, was the first of 3 new provincial universities. Training in it began since 1966. By the end of the 20th century at the university there were 11,000 students and about 5,000 employees. Before it became a part of the University of the Southern Denmark in 1998, he had 4 faculties covering art, medicine, natural and social sciences. Engineering faculty of the University of the Southern Denmark. University of the Southern Denmark. The University of the Southern Denmark. The Syddanske University was founded in 1998 as a result of merging of the University of Odense, Business School of the Southern Denmark, the Southern Engineering School and the Southern Jutland University Centre. The main campus is in Odense, but there are also offices in Copenhagen, Esbjerg, Odense, Slagelse and Sonderborg. From Students 2012. Establishment is the third largest university in Denmark. The engineering faculty unites in itself several institutions. Odense Maskintechnicum. The College of Mechanical Engineering, which was founded in 1905 and in 1962 became the Southern Engineering School. Maskklausina Institute and Institute of Majorsk Makini of Moller. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.